Hey everyone, the insane concept, the insane idea of monopolizing Canada's marijuana industry, it's still on full display. And Trudeau's sticking his foot as far fucking in his mouth and down his throat as he could possibly can. I guess he likes his socks a lot more than the rest of us, right? They seem so good to that guy, he wants to eat them. Well, you got the munchies, Trudeau? What's wrong with these people? What the fuck is wrong with Trudeau? I mean, well, other than the fact that he's a fucking bottle-fed bureaucratic baby. Somebody should write a book in regards to Trudeau and this whole pot legalization plan and call it Up in Smoke, because really it literally has been blown so much out of proportion, and it's completely against any pretense of actually just giving people freedoms. That it literally is all the bullshit propaganda narrative. It really is up in smoke at this stage of the game. Headline out of CBC News Politics: Trudeau says pot purchasers are funding gangs, organized crime, and must be charged. Liberal government looks at options to erase criminal records for possessing pot, but not until it's legal. Except you got the freebie, the get out of jail free card, Trudeau, because your last name is Trudeau, I guess, right? So exception to the rule, right? Already a contradiction. Let's go back up to the headline. I'll point out another couple contradictions. One is pot purchasers are funding gangs. Well, first of all, there's a lot of pot purchasers that aren't funding gangs. They're just private individuals. You know, the people that smoke and consume pot know very well they're not gangs for the most part. The people that you're buying your pot from aren't gang members. They're just people. They're just people, Trudeau. Just people. Second part of it, though, is this organized crime. Well, what the fuck is government if it's not a fucking gang of authoritarian thugs that represent an organization that's all about crime? Hello, government literally meets the definition of organized crime, right? So, like I say, these fucking dipshits in politics, like I say, they're ideologues, and when they talk and they spew this rhetoric, I don't know, I guess there's something in the brain that prevents them from even acknowledging the fact that, damn, sounds like I'm describing myself or the kind of people that I fucking associate with. I don't know how they don't recognize that. I don't know how whoever wrote this fucking article, this Kathleen Harris. Kathleen, how can you write an article such as this without at least snickering or recognizing or at least having some reaction where it's like, oh, I feel really stupid for writing what I'm writing, right? Nothing at all. Nothing in there. Nothing in your cranium says that, oh, I don't want to touch this third rail. I'll probably get the shock of my life. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Canadians who buy pot are funding gangs and organized crime and will continue to be charged until marijuana is legal. But it's funny, you're funding all these, you know, what they're really saying is we don't like competition. I remember back when Ron Paul was running for election in the 2008-2012 presidential elections. I remember a sign on his desk. It was like, think about it. How in the fuck is it that if you buy marijuana, right, which is a voluntary transaction, how is it if you buy it from this person, and it's all voluntary, no crime involved, like no harm caused to anybody, but if you do that, that's illegal. But if you buy it from your government or the people that your government puts the stamp or seal approval upon, somehow that's not criminal. No, it's only criminal if you buy it outside of the people that we say it's okay to. At least the mafia had to fucking kill off their competition. The government literally wants to propagate and pound into your head that you got to forget about the fact that there's such thing as competition. You got to make sure that you only support your central planners and those that we give our stamp or seal of approval to. Fuck the competition. That's what government's all about, is government can't stand competition. That's why governments are a monopoly on force or a monopoly on anything that they undertake or attempt to put the stranglehold on. I mean, you're doing the exact same thing, Trudeau. It's like as if I was eating a bowl of Kraft dinner. It's just a bowl of Kraft dinner. Matter of fact, it tastes a little bit better than the Kraft dinner that the government would offer me. So I prefer this Kraft dinner, but the government says, well, that's a bad kind of Kraft dinner because gangs or organized crime baked that craft dinner, or boiled that craft dinner, or made that craft dinner. No, no, you need to buy your craft dinner from us, because we're the only craft dinner game in town. Well, we're at least hoping to make it that way anyways, right? The Liberal government is looking at ways to deal with criminal records for possessing pot, but Trudeau said there will be no amnesty until after cannabis is legalized and controlled in July. So no, we got to set up our bureaucratic system. We got to make sure we got everything in place. We got to make sure we've got everybody criminalized that currently smokes, cultivates, or grows pot or distributes it. We got to do all that first, then we'll legalize it. So all you people that are now sitting in jail, or being torn from your family, or having your life upended as a result of smoking, consuming, growing, or distributing pot, even though it's going to be illegal, well, no, you still should be treated like criminals. Your family still should have to suffer all the indignities and consequences as a result of you being criminalized for something that's going to be legal very shortly. That's what Trudeau's telling you. It's all right here, folks. The fucking guy doesn't give a fuck about your fucking freedoms. When the fuck are Canadians going to start to recognize and acknowledge the fact that these dipshits don't care about your freedoms? They're trying to take over an industry that has been in existence in this country as far back as it's been a country. I still, there's still on a regular basis, I still scratch my head. It's like, how in the fuck are people this stupid? How are Canadians this fucking inept? This fucking stupid? What the fuck? Is it the fluoride in the water? I don't know. Is it the fucking lead? What the fuck is it? Is it the chemicals in different areas? Is it soy? Is it, I don't know what, or maybe the culmination of all those effects? What the fuck has happened that's turned the people into such mindlessly obedient serfs, slaves, and subjects to the whims of these fucking, come on. Come on. This guy, he's an authoritarian piece of shit. And any pretense, if you read this article, if you trust someone like him after reading even just one article, and I could point to dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of articles that will show you clearly that these people are authoritarian sociopaths and control freaks. So if you trust these pieces of shit, what was it, his hair? Is it his smile? What the fuck is it? Now, I know there's a lot of women that might fall for this shit because oh, he's dreamy. I've seen that. Hey, go to a concert. You'll see that in real life. They're like a bunch of fucking zombies, right? Which, if you're a good looking guy, there's some of us, we've benefited from that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't want to take full advantage of it. Just because maybe some girl was enamored with me, I wouldn't want to fucking take advantage of that and just run rickshot over or treat her like garbage just because of the fact that, oh, I have that kind of power over someone. But Trudeau don't care. Yeah, I'm good. Hey, I'm good with that. I'm glad that I got that kind of power over women. So now I can fuck with them anytime I want. And if they get mad at me, I'll just bat my eyes and fluff my hair or put on some fancy pink socks. And you know what? That might work for a lot of these indoctrinated women that just don't seem to understand what it is to be, if you care about feminism, if you're all about being a strong woman, well, following a piece of shit loser like Trudeau, a male, as a feminist. Make it your own, ladies. If you're going to be a strong, independent woman, if a guy with shiny hair or a big smile has the ability to negate all that, well, I guess your feminism isn't working out too well. Really, is it? Certainly, we know the current legislation is hurting Canadians and criminalizing Canadians who perhaps shouldn't be. But that is an engagement we will take once we have a legalized and controlled regime in place, not before, he told reporters at a 2-day cabinet retreat in London, Ontario. So like I say, all you people that are sitting in jail or having your life so negatively affected from these bullshit trumped up charges because you smoke, consume, cultivate, or distribute marijuana, he's saying, it's fuck you. I don't give a shit about you. But yet you want to keep supporting this fucking guy. Really though? Especially you millennials and some of you old boomers now that are fucking having to turn to dope, I guess, just to get by. That's the thing. I don't care which way you want to go. Socialist, free market, whatever. At least be consistent. At least be fucking remotely consistent. If you're going to hold a position or a value or a principle, then make that value or principle consistent. Don't make exceptions for people just because they have shiny hair or a nice smile or are part of your political tribe. Because in the end, freedom will never be truly attained until you acknowledge that and start respecting it. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.